Now, this is an issue we see often with newer users who are having issues with their cut not lining up on their material where they wanted it to go. And 9 times out of 10, this is an issue with your job origin, namely being either in user origin mode or absolute coordinates. You can find all of this under the laser tab, just under all your control buttons here where it says Start From. You can see 3 options: current position, user origin, and absolute coordinates. Current position and user origin are very similar in that the laser will cut your job at the position where the laser head is currently in the workspace, with the only difference being user origin is programmable by the origin button on the front of your laser. And then this will become the default position for the laser instead of your home origin. We're going to focus more on this option in this tutorial. Absolute coordinates means that wherever your design is in the workspace, that's where it will cut on your material, since this workspace is a sized representation of your workbed in the laser. So what it's doing is using the X and Y coordinates of the object and replicating them on your laser. And it's always going to treat the top left of your laser as the home start position. This mode actually becomes the default position when using your camera, since you're doing the same thing, placing your designs directly over where they appear in the laser bed. User origin, however, requires a bit more involvement from the laser operator. You need to tell your laser where to start using the origin button on your laser, where simply you use the controls to set your laser to the position you want it to start in, and then hit origin. And now, until you turn your laser off or set a new origin, the laser will consider this its home start point. Back in LightBurn, I like to make sure these 2 toggles in the laser window are turned on: Cut Selected Graphics and Use Selection Origin. Now, whenever you use the selection tool to select the graphic you want to cut, you'll notice this little green square in the corner of your design. This green square is the laser starting point, and that little green square corresponds to the origin point we set moments ago. Depending on the nature of your job, you can even use the Job Origin option just below the Start From option here to choose which point of your design corresponds to where your job origin is. This is extremely useful if you're trying to center a design on an object. I would just select the center circle here and set my job origin to be the very center of my material. And when I press frame, you can see that the design itself is centered on the piece, and I'm ready to run my job. And there you have the basics of the job origin. Happy lasering!